You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back again. That's right. We back at it again. It's another show. It's another season. Well, it's another season. It's another show. That's right. Eighth season. Red and Rev still doing it, kicking it like we always do. Show going strong. Episode 386. Well, where do we begin? Well, if we starting up, it's got to be time for football. That's right, another football season. We're gonna give our thoughts on the preseason, what's going on there. Our thoughts on a few teams, including our own, Mr. George drama, the Michael Parsons drama. What's going on with Pittsburgh? What's going on with Falcons? What's going on with the Chiefs? We're gonna talk about I get some NBA action, some Braves action. Like I said, it's been a long time. College football about to get cranked back up. So we got a lot to catch up on. I ain't gonna waste no more time. It's about that time. Episode 386. Let's get it, fellas. It's time to talk sports. Been a while. Red and Rev and Coach. Let's get it on.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Shawty, giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, the Reverend in Pennsylvania, and Coach for episode 386 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, we turn our numbers attention to our numerologist on the panel, Coach Patrick Thomas. What you got for us, Coach?
Little second.
Good morning. Well, we back, y'all, on this somewhat soon to be rainy Saturday. Number 386 goes to a young man, well, he's not young anymore, who played about 14, 15 years of pro ball. He was considered one of the best wideouts of his time, Hall of Famer. And he did something only one other man can do, or did. He caught a touchdown in the 70s, he caught a touchdown in the 80s, and he caught a touchdown in the 90s, at least one. So he spans decades. He played most of his career for the Green Bay Packers, and he wore number 86, and he's a three-time Pro Bowler. Ladies and gentlemen, number 86, James Lofton of the Green Bay Packers, Hall of Famer. James Lofton, wide out, 386.
James Lofton, big-time wide receiver. I remember his best days were when he played for Buffalo. He had some great years with the Buffalo Bills. So appreciate that, Coach. I thought you were about to try to sneak Jerry Rice in there for a second, but then
See,
I said, all right, he didn't do it. So we appreciate it. And thank you, sir.
Jerry Rice, number 80. Leave Jerry Rice alone.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Welcome back, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. A little tired, but I'm making it.
Join the Tide Club. Are you excited to be back on Saturdays?
Yeah. After listening to some of these podcasts and content creators, I'm back to be back. Glad to be back with my folks. Show them how to do it.
As the wrong songwriter said, are you ready for some football?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I ain't even seen my team play no football in the preseason.
Yeah. All right. We're going to welcome Revenant Nation. We missed y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. You all helped make this show what it is. So let's acknowledge who is chiming in at this time. Appreciate you, Winston, from the eye test over there on YouTube. He's showing us some love, and he says, we are shared. We appreciate your sharing ministry. Sister Sylvia Harris, good morning to you. The VP said, I'm ready to do my duties as the VP of the Red and Rev Sports Show. He's in the building, slamming down the gavel for another 5 episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. What's up, Tony? Tony said, I'm ready for the season. Finally, football is back. Good morning to you, Pastor Connie Dutton. I have one thing to say again. There you go. You will come on here talking about these Eagles. All right. Nevertheless, we thank y'all for tuning in. And as Winston has done, we encourage you to do the same. Please like and share. If you're on YouTube, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, if you're on Facebook, and if you haven't liked or follow us, like and follow us on Facebook as well. All right, gentlemen, let's go to one of the hallmarks of our show, and that is our dope note and Cope moments, not just for this week, but since the time we've been off the air. So, Coach, we'll go with you first. What you got, Coach?
Well, my dope moment goes to one Rich Eisen, who, since the NFL Network has been bought by ESPN, came back on Sports Center and did one of the best Sports Centers of the year. And then also with his tribute to Stuart Scott, who you could see he was about to tear up again, but he composed himself, say he wishes he called him his TV wife, and his tag team partner was still there with him. He had some Stuart Scott highlights and some old highlights from what they used to do. And I watched that Sports Center from cover to cover. So I'm going to go with Rich Eisen for my dope moment.
Absolutely excellent.
All right. What's your dope moment, Red?
Man, I got a few. I may need to say some of these for the Brady report. I'll give y'all a simple dope moment. Oh, my dope moment goes to Warner Brothers. Coming up with finally announcing yesterday, coming up with a movie about my boy, Kobe Bryant, entitled With the 8th Pick. That's right. A movie detailing the 2 weeks leading up to the great 1996 NBA draft. They're finally gonna get a real movie too. Warner Brothers big time feature length film with the 8th pick. I can't wait to the casting stars. I can't wait to see who they have put in the roles. But that's a dope moment with Warner Brothers. Finally, somebody gonna dedicate their first movie to my boy. Hopefully it won't be the last, but this will be the first. With the 8th pick, story on Kobe Bryant's desperate trying to get to the Lakers, not trying to play with the Nets. I guess they're gonna tell it from the perspective of GM John Nash. I guess the Nets and John Calipari wanted Kobe so bad, but he wasn't trying to go there. So can't wait to see how this whole story is depicted, all the players they put in it, and I'm sure all three of us probably be interested in that because I know Rev love his sports movies. So that'll be an interesting story. Hopefully it'll probably be out next year. They start shooting it next year. But Warner Brothers, big time feature length film based on the great 1996 draft that everybody loved talking about, and the 2 weeks leading up to it, and focusing on the trade that sent Kobe Bryant from Charlotte to the Lakers. And I guess they'll add in the Iverson and Ray Allen and all the other players that was in the draft too. But good job, Warner Brothers. You're finally coming back strong with the movies you have this year and with that sports movie coming out next year. So dope moment for that. Finally get to put some sports in movies.
All right, just because you were talking about your boy, I gave you extended time. Remember, these are short takes.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. I'm going to have to dope on my namesake, Michael Harris. I know Red may bring it up in the Braves report, but he wasn't doing much when we went off the air, but now he is on fire. And since the All-Star break, he's hitting .398, tearing up with about 9-10 home runs. He moved his average up to around 250, 260 after starting around 210. So I have my Michael Harris jersey on right now because I'm proud that he's making our name great again in baseball. So big ups to Michael Harris, the Braves center fielder, for picking up his game since the All-Star break.
Winning.
All right, Red, what are you noping on?
What am I noping on? This ought to be quick. I'm noping on one, Tyrese Maxey. Probably wondering, why am I noping on Tyrese Maxey? Well, do you know this clown actually not only admitted it, actually went on video to show us that he does not know how to use a simple can opener. Are you kidding me, dude? You don't know how to use a can opener? Are you that bougie? You that spoiled? You that privileged that nobody never taught you how to use a can opener to open simple canned goods? Lord have mercy. I feel sorry for you, Tyrese. But you're lucky, buddy. You're lucky. Most canned goods go with the little flip open top that you just pop open like drinks now. Lucky for you. But obviously there was something that you couldn't get open, and you had to try to use a can opener, and you could not figure it out for nothing in this world. Playing with it, twisting it. Lord have mercy. Somebody tell this multi-million-dollar athlete how to use a doggone can opener. I'm just embarrassed for you and who raised you too, fool. You know how to use a can opener. Get out of here, Tyrese Maxey. Nope.
Warning, Red, that's one of my mother's surrogate sports sons. So she may come with that venom towards you.
No.
That's a Kentucky boy. As I doped on Michael Harris, I got nope on the Atlanta Braves not being in playoff contention at this time. Who would ever thought coming into the season they would not be in position to go to the playoffs? 16 games behind the Phillies, and in the wild card, they are 10 games behind. So that basically says there's no hope, and we can't do as Jesse Jackson told us to do during his first presidential campaign. We can't keep hope alive for the Braves. So now that leads me to my Coke moment, and I'll share that in just a moment. All right, Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
My note moment is going to the NCAA for even coming up or even considering the thought of expanding the college football playoff to 28 teams. Are you absolutely out of your mind? 28 teams? Really? If 16 is enough, that's a nice tournament. And I mean, you look at Division II and Division III, they got it down pat. Boom. They know how to put the thing together. Their playoffs run smoothly. And we know what it's all about, NCAA. Money. But 28 teams in a college football playoff, absolutely pathetic.
Yeah. Coach, you know what that's called?
Greed.
Greed, but we got to recoup that Neil money.
Oh, that's right, Neil. Neil.
That's what that's called. We got to recoup that Neil money, brother.
Yeah, Neil.
It might be the field of 64 when it's all said and done.
64. If it does, boy, why play the regular season? Just go right into the playoff.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. I'm coping with the fact that being in Pennsylvania, I got to listen to Phillies fans talk all during the playoffs.
Oh, Lord.
While my Braves will be on the couch. And I'm not a happy camper. Yeah. And these folk around here let me know about my Braves. And they got to talk about their Phillies and how it's going to be a red October. So I'm praying that the red October gets canceled very quickly in the playoffs, because I ain't got time to be hearing about the Phillies all during the playoffs while my Atlanta Braves are at home. So Braves, get your baseball life together so I have something to cheer about in 2026. And whoever plays the Philadelphia Phillies, you got one job: not to allow them to advance and get a World Series, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it with the Phillies Super Bowl and an Eagles Super Bowl and a Phillies World Series. That's too much on my plate. So teams, you got one job: get rid of the Phillies during playoffs.
Don't worry, Ray. The way the Phillies be choking this year, man, I don't think you got nothing to worry about. They lost Zach Wheeler. Not that I'm laughing about injuries, but I just see the way they playing this year. The Braves, had they had any pitching, we probably have a chance to come back. They lost again to the National. They lost to somebody again last night. Sorry. So I won't worry too much, Rev. I see them as a first-round exit again. So you tell those citizens in Philadelphia, it's gonna be a red Philly. The only way it's gonna be a red ball in Philadelphia. Red October is if the tears from their eyes turn red. Because that's when they're going to be crying when they get eliminated in the first round.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that, Red. I'm going to hold you to that first round exit. I need it.
Come on, we're going to get it, man.
Coach, what are you coping with?
I'm coping with these idiots, and I use that word politely because there could be so other words, that are throwing these sex objects, as you guys want to call them, on the floor of basketball games. What is your purpose? Do you not get attention? Is the basement too crowded at your mama's house? Or what? Nobody likes you, so you got to do something and get yourself some publicity. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it's happening more than one game. And like I told somebody, I think they shouldn't be banned from the arena. I think you should ban them from everything, not just that arena, but from every sporting event. Don't let them come to nothing. Let them stay at home in the basement and watch on TV. Because that stuff like that is kind of ridiculous, and it's pathetic that these ladies can't play a basketball game without something as stupid as that going on. So that's what I want. I'm gonna cope with that.
All right, Red, round this segment up. What are you coping with?
There's a few things I can cope with. I just keep it simple. Not me, but Rondale Moore and Rashawn Slater gonna have to cope with. Once again, those guys are out again for the season after working so hard to come back. Rashawn Slater played his rookie year, got hurt his sophomore year, played the last 2 years, signed a big deal, and now he's out for the season again. Rondale Moore, he can't even make it to the season. Signed by my Falcons last season, got hurt before the season began. Signed by the Vikings this offseason, once again got hurt before the season began. So it's these injuries for these players, sometimes the same players just keep piling up, and they got to cope with just trying to get healthy for one full season. But you know how it is during the football season. Injuries are part of the game, and we all have to cope with them. So that's what we coping with. That's what I'm coping with for right now, today.
All right, we have Nope or Dope, Nope, and Cope. Now it's on to you, Reverend Nation. Feel free to type in the chat if you haven't already done so. Your Dope, Nope, and Cope moments, and we're coming to them right now. Let's see here. VP said the documentary will feature the MVP of this pick, George Shin, former owner of the Hornets, didn't want the 18-year-old kid and traded for Vlade. My God, Divock. WTF changed the path of the Hornets franchise forever. Yep. Sister Harris doping on Coatesville's Colton Hiller for putting cash on the map among the nation's top high school basketballers. And my great nephew, Riley Pettyjohn, listed as a top 25 freshman footballer at Ohio State University. That was on the 03 site. So dope to Colton and Riley. VP is doping on Bubba Wallace, winning the Brickyard 400 of Black Man at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway back in July. He is the first Black driver to win on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval. Thanks for sharing it. Sister Harris said Red's hair is unusually red today. Is it the lighting or lack thereof? Good morning, Hope. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you tuning in, sir. All right, Sister Harris is noping on Shedeur Sanders. Is being relegated to third or fourth option in Cleveland. The VP is noping on the classless clown, not fan, who thought it was funny to throw an erotic adult toy onto the court at an Atlanta Dream game. That classless clown should be banned for life, not just a season. They would never allow this to happen at a Hawks game. He's coping from the mouth of one Hall of Famer, Eric Demetrius Dickerson. He stands solid on the claim from an insider that all of the 32 teams agreed to allow Sanders to go undrafted. A phone call was made to Cleveland before the 5th round. Don't do that. Don't do that to that young man. Sad. The NFL knows they have the king professional product in the land. They continue to act like League of Plantation owners, trying to show up the Nat Turners of the world, just to name a few, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Would just be reminded. Some couldn't make out the last part because it cut off. But nevertheless, good take, Vince. Good take, Vince. VP double coat, no Caitlin. Clark equals low ratings. No surprise there. Winston throwing his dope in the Kobe movie being made. Happy birthday, Mamba. He's also noping on Jerry Jones playing in Parsons' face about his contract. Jerome said, Team Shador in the house. VP said, Red Rose got that soul glow. And Winston Thornton is coping with the Falcons being down first and second string right tackle. Wow, that could be a problem. That could definitely be a problem. All right, thank you, Revenant Nation, for typing in there your dope, nope, and cope moments for this week. We move on to our NFL news and notes. Who wants at it first to talk about what notes and news you got from the NFL?
What are we talking? This is the preseason or what?
Just news and notes. It could be preseason. Yep.
Oh,
it could
okay.
be anything.
Well, news. All right. I guess I can talk about a little something. Well, TJ Watts got his money. A couple of players got paid while we were out. TJ Watts got paid. I know coach is very happy about that. Sauce Gardner got his money. Garrett Wilson got his money. Jets took care of the cornerback and the wide receiver. Still questioning have they found a quarterback yet in Justin Fields. We're gonna find out real soon. Von Miller went to the Commanders, but then they still over there playing games with Terry McLaurin. I don't know, man. Washington every time people say Washington every time y'all have a little success, y'all go back to doing stupid stuff, which is what people can say not giving McLaurin some type of extension, letting this thing go on as long as it has. I mean, you do know the chemistry that him and Jalen Daniels has. So I know he's a 30-year-old guy, but at least maybe extend the guy a year or two. Just give him some type of raise to make him happy. Don't just let him sit over there lounging around in camp, not participating, pouting, just being unhappy when you could have took care of this weeks ago. I mean, what are you doing? Washington, you got money under the cap. And then, Jalen Daniels still on his rookie contract. Pay this man and get this story over with. We tired of hearing about this McLaurin story. Either pay him or trade him. As far as the Chiefs, Rajon Rice, I think he still got to visit with Roger Goodell to see what his final things or his final parameters of his suspension is, but he probably ain't gonna be out there long, real. Like I say, I'm sure we're gonna talk about the Michael Parsons drama. The Falcon fans, like Winston said, our right tackle went down, first and second string right tackle went down, so that's gonna hinder our offensive line a little bit, especially the blind side, because when you got a left-handed quarterback, his blind side is the right tackle, so we definitely gonna have to figure that out. But Falcon fans, Lord, could you please relax and calm down? Thankfully, real, the preseason is over with because these Falcon fans drive me crazy about Raheem not playing starters in the preseason. Now, even though I agree you probably need to knock a little rust off the starters because you got Mahomes and a few other starters playing, you still have teams that the starters don't play, like Philly, the Rams, other teams, it's the Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's either or. Either philosophy can win. You can play your starter some in preseason and have success. you could not play him some in preseason to have success. But Falcons, you knew what Raheem was going to do when he got here. He told you what he was going to do, and he ain't changed. So y'all sitting up there thinking he was going to change his mind is just asinine and insane. The man say he don't play starters in the preseason. So stop looking for him to play starters in the preseason. If he's here again next year, which I anticipate he'll be because I don't anticipate having a bad year, once again, preseason to come up, and we won't play the starters again. And I'm sure we'll still have same silly Falcon fans saying, oh, well, I hope I get to see my guy out there for a play or two. No, you won't see your guy out there for a play or two. Didn't the man say no starters in preseason? No starters mean no starters. Not a play or two, not a series or two, not a minute or two, not even a step on the field or two, okay? No starters in preseason. Now, I don't 100% agree with that. Like I say, I wouldn't mind seeing my guys get a series or two, but that's his philosophy. I can't say it failed because he did the same thing last year, and we were 6-3 after 9 games in first place, looking forward to the playoffs if your quarterback hadn't lied to us for 4 or 5 weeks. So, look, it's a different philosophy than the other regimes, but you can't say it won't work because you've seen it work with other teams, including this team last year for the first 9 weeks. So that's what I see right now as far as my news and notes. I won't take up the whole time because I'm pretty sure Coach got some things he wants to discuss because it's been a while since he got to talk football too. But that's what I see going on for right now. Like I say, with the Shedeur Sanders thing, I'm sure we'll get into solo. I definitely got some thoughts on that. I got some thoughts on the Michael Parsons thing, but I'm gonna let Coach stab at it for right quick because I'm pretty sure being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and Rail being a Chiefs fan, they got some thoughts on what's going on with their team. So let's have it, fellas. What's going on, baby? Y'all still there? Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Oh, what's going on? Real? Coach?
They switching over.
Oh, okay. Real got knocked out. Okay.
Yeah.
Check this out. I'm gonna direct this right at.
There you go.
Coach.
Go ahead, Coach.
I'm gonna direct my first comments right at Rev and his Kansas City Chiefs. There are actually some people out there who are saying that the Broncos are going to win the West. And I asked them one question. Is Patrick Mahomes hurt? They said no. I said, okay, have a nice day. See, when you hear stuff like that, you end the conversation very quickly because they don't know what they're talking about. But we move on from that. I just want to point that out, that I heard that the Broncos are ready to win the AFC West. Moving on. The young fellas, quarterbacks, are looking pretty good. Most of the rookies are looking pretty good. Jackson Dart is right behind Russell Wilson because he's throwing some pretty good he having a pretty good season. Russell Wilson is going to start, so Dart is ready when they need him. I know they want to start him, but you can't start him over Wilson right now. But Dart is ready. Shedeur looked pretty good. He's going to play tonight in his first game. Cam Ward, he was a little shaky last night, but he's still playing kind of steady for Tennessee. Dylan Gabriel, you got work to do, young man. They're going to try to get you there, but you got some work to do. And what's his name from New Orleans, Tyler Schlupp, whatever his name is, you're not going to start. But I think your team is tanking for Arch Manning if he comes out. That's if he comes out. So we're going to move on from that. I personally see in the preseason, it's a lot of teams, a few teams, I say, that look like they're going to change their situation this year. Chicago is the one everybody's looking at with Ben Johnson taking over and got Caleb Williams throwing that ball around, adjusting his philosophy of offense. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Who else? There's like I said, Denver's supposed to be good. The usual teams, the usual suspects are out there. But the one team I want to really focus on is the Baltimore Ravens, my rival. Baltimore, you all got a lot of pressure on y'all this year, because I can honestly say, and Rev, here goes that word you want me to use, so it's coming out. I'm gonna be very objective about the Baltimore Ravens. They are a dangerous team. I look at them. They're a dangerous team. I look at all the additions they got offensively and defensively, picking up players. They are loaded. But like the saying goes, though,
always that good.
with great power comes great responsibility. So Baltimore, if y'all don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, woo, there's gonna be some fingers pointing. Is it Lamar's fault? Is it Harbaugh's fault? Is it Mark Andrews' fault? Is it the owner's fault? And somebody gonna have to take fault for it if they don't make it to the Super Bowl this year. Because that team is they're gonna. I know it's early for the prediction, but they're gonna win the AFC North. I can see it, because I mean they got talent from top to bottom, and it's gonna be tough to try to defend them if they don't win anything this year. You can't defend that. So
It's gonna be your fault, Coach. I'm trying to point to you. Your fault when they don't win.
well,
Now here's the thing I have an issue with. Two things, Coach. One, why didn't you pose that same question for the Baltimore Ravens that you posed for the Denver Broncos? Is Patrick Mahomes still playing? So where's the consistency now? Because I know it's easy to pose it to the Ravens. You try to put pressure on them, and you didn't do it. You could have just given them an out, but you want them to look like a complete failure if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, because that's your rival team. So I'm hip to you already in episode 1 of the new season. The second thing,
but I haven't finished. I was about to get to Josh Allen next. I was going to jump on
you
him.
You spent a lot of time. You spent a lot of time on the Baltimore Ravens, and here's the other bone I got to pick with you.
You pick up all the time.
So Coach want to be objective to his rival team, but not his own team. That was the thing that made. He chose to be objective.
Again, I
mean, Coach,
what I don't understand is,
like his team ain't in this or something. He had it like his team not in this or something.
I'm just saying, Coach, typically when you say I'm going to be objective, you refer to something that you own or that you like. That's typically when you try to be objective. That's all. You're a teacher. You know better. So I mean, I just let you talk. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't say anything when you talk about being objective toward the Baltimore Ravens, but typically you're objective to your own team. That's all. I'm going to go to Josh Allen. Go ahead.
But I mean, I didn't finish with my whole thing. I wasn't hardly finished. I was coming to all that because Josh Allen next on the hot seat. Oh, I talk about Baltimore because I don't like Baltimore. But I got it.
That's why I interrupted you right there. That's why I went and unpacked everything that you were doing before you got to Buffalo, because it was clear you were throwing shade.
But now you got to admit though, was I not right about the fact they got a loaded team?
I mean, on paper they do. For me, like it's hard to tell what these teams can do. Preseason doesn't really tell us much anymore, because the regulars, some teams don't play the regulars, some teams do. And, so like when we were growing up, when they played 4 games, 2 of those games, you saw like at least in one game, one quarter, at least for a half, the starters would play. Now we don't know what to expect. And teams are not really showing anything because a lot of their top players are not playing. Like I don't know what Aaron Rodgers going to your team. Aaron Rodgers going to be for your Steelers. I ain't seen no connections. I ain't seen no main highlights. So it's difficult to say who's going to be who. But to your point, on paper, yes, the Ravens should be solid on paper. But, the game's got to be played. But what do you have to say about Josh Allen? I'm going to let you take up my time. Go ahead.
No, I ain't got a lot to say. It's just that he in the same boat as Lamar because both of them are always anointed MVPs every year. Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. And I know Pat Mahomes sits back in his chair, probably tries not to laugh or fall out of his chair when he see that, because everybody should know right now that the Kansas City Chiefs, if you can call it this, they on a revenge tour. Because they didn't like how that Super Bowl ended. Not at all. They got a taste in their mouth right now of all y'all that think we're not going to come back this year. Stay tuned. It isn't about, but again, here goes Josh Allen. Oh, he's the MVP. Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's the MVP. But they never go anywhere. They never get to the Super Bowl.
Coach, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, you want to know what they are? They are the Karl Malone, the Reggie Miller, and the Patrick Ewing of the NFL right now. They gonna have all these great years, and guess what? They're gonna be stopped by one guy every year. Every year, it's all about one guy. It was about Michael Jordan in the NBA and NFL, or until somebody stop them, or at least in the AFC. It's about, like you said, it's about Mahomes. Is Mahomes healthy? Because if not, because I'm saying how long Josh Allen been getting defeated by Mahomes for 4 or 5 years now. Lamar Jackson, you've been getting defeated by Mahomes for 2 or 3 years now. Burrow, the only one that got him. So yeah, but they ain't got a defense. So really, like I say, and like you say, they on a revenge tour. Because he lost the Super Bowl and they lost it bad too. So he got to get that taste out of his mouth. So while Lamar and Josh trying to make the Super Bowl, you got Josh Allen. You got Mahomes fighting wars in the Super Bowl. He rocking. Why they just a little punks at the gym trying to get sparring matches with him or something, because he fighting wars in the ring while these guys just trying to get in the ring with him. So we'll see what happened this year, Rev. Is your boy gonna dominate again? Or we gonna go a whole year? Everybody saying, man, what Lamar and Josh gonna do again? They gonna get past him? This gonna be the year they get past him? I'll say something. This is my NFL preview. Let me stop. Sorry, Coach.
All right, Jerome Case got in. What's up, Jerome? R&R show. He's doping on for the 2025 NFL college football season. The NFL, he's noping on colluding to punish Shador Copen with the haters. He said the haters. That's right, man. There was a big trade that happened last night. The Commanders traded Brian Robinson to the 49ers. Now, that's an interesting trade. And two things come to mind with that trade. One, there got to be some concerns for McCaffrey in San Fran, or they want to lighten his load. And also because the running game is very critical to the 49ers, they need to make sure that they have a serviceable or above serviceable running back if McCaffrey goes down. The other end is on the Commanders' end. That trade might be used to ultimately pay Terry on down the line, because they were going to have to give Robinson some more money than what he's getting paid in the next year or two. So I guess that was a salary dump so that they could ultimately make the wide receiver Terry happy. So that's going to be interesting to see what takes place with that. Winston said we dipped on you, Red. And Jerome K said, looks like the Red and Rev Special Teams Network is messing up since we didn't come right back when you got through with your comments. Dante said, and Coach, to go along with your Casey point, what people don't realize is they have a ton of speed on the outside now. The offense will definitely be explosive. Stay tuned, as Coach would say. Dante said, I don't know why folks say Denver. I have to see it to believe it.
Defense.
VP said, if Coach Patrick Willie Thomas shows up as legal counsel, take the years.
Not Willie.
Take the plea deal. You're going to jail.
Not Willie. God, though.
What's up, he said, Lamar Jackson is going to be the next Dan Marino. Great regular season QB, but can't go or win the Super Bowl. Well, Marino did go to the Super Bowl 1 year. 1 year. So he hadn't even reached Marino status yet. He said preseason is a waste of time for the fans. The starters need to get some reps in. I agree. The VP said Reverend Doctor didn't reclaim his time. Representative Thomas about to give us white noise.
The VP is back. VP, let's talk about the 49ers. Let me go. Go ahead, Real.
Timothy said Josh Allen is the Karl Malone of football.
God,
great. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And when he said, what Jerome said, coping about the Hatters, look what the VP said, that's my Jerome.
See, he on it today.
The VP said Christian McCaffrey is fragile. You fill in the blank. Days are numbered, so that's why he obviously, as a 49ers fan, he's giving that Robinson trade the thumbs up. Okay, they're talking about edits. So that's about his Hatters comment. The concern for CMC, he can't stay healthy. He is still recovering. How Carolina used and abused him 90% of the offense.
He's never been healthy to me.
The VP said, for point of order, his 49ers crushed Marino in his one and only Super Bowl. I feel that L. Jacks will get there and win one.
Yeah, when Mahomes retire.
Coach's brother is on the scene. Long shot Super Bowl. Packers versus Steelers. That is definitely a long shot Super Bowl.
Lying, especially Packers.
And the Steelers. Steelers.
Real taking shots, Coach.
No, I'm just being honest. I mean, they're not even predicted to win their division. So, that's not even shots at Coach. It's just who would you take? At this juncture, who would you take? Joe Burrow or Aaron Rodgers? Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers? I mean, that conference is loaded, man. The VP said no comment on my 49ers, Willie Thomas.
Really?
We broke the bank on Purdy. Not good.
Really?
Sure. All right, let's deal with a couple of things real quickly. We talked about a little bit. McLaren not signed Terry for the Commanders. Henderson not signed for the Cincinnati Bengals. What says you about that, Red?
Cincinnati, Lord have mercy, man. I mean, Trey been trying to get signed for 2 years now. If you're not gonna pay this guy, just trade him. I mean, this is ridiculous. You got this man sitting out here on the island. He's at camp. He's not participating, looking for a deal. I mean, it's like you guys can't come up with some type of numbers or parameters around the salary cap to make these players happy. If you're not gonna pay Trey, and really, this for both of these guys. Washington, you two, I said it earlier. If you're not gonna pay these guys, send them out to a trade so they can get with a team and we can move on from these silly stories. I mean, these teams just had these players just looking lame duck and foolish as I don't know what, and it's ridiculous. You have the resources, get with their agents. You know what they want. They're telling you what they want. Let's sit down, work out a deal so we can move on. The season about to start in 2 weeks. You should still be dealing with the financial parts of the team. You should want the financial parts of the team over with right now so we can focus on some of these games. You still dealing with the business side, man. Shoot, good luck winning. Man, I'm glad the Falcons ain't got contract issues like this to deal with.
Well, I think the difficult part for McLaren is the fact that there's no clear thought on him being a premier receiver or not. Is he premier for the Commanders? Yes. Is he premier to the tone of what premier wide receivers are getting paid in an NFL? I would say no. And see, that's the problem with market contracts.
Yeah.
You can't pay, in my opinion, you don't pay because of the position. You pay according to that player's talent and what he means to the team. I'm not paying Terry $35 million for what he does. I like his speed, but first of all, I need to see him do it again after what he did last year. Granted, he could say Jaden Daniels wasn't my quarterback before then. Yeah, but I need to see y'all work again before I break the bank on you. And then to compare him, a lot of the comparison is McLaren to DK Metcalf. Well, several years, DK was the number one in Seattle. He was drawing the top cornerbacks. He was the one being primarily double. Was that the same case with Terry in Washington? Sometimes Terry lines up in the slot quite a bit. So, it's kind of difficult to put a price tag on his value if you're trying to compare it to the other wide receivers. You're not giving them Justin Jefferson money. You're not giving them Chase money. So it's a very difficult. And then on top of that, you got to look at his age. So it is a tough negotiation for Terry on this one.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
You're right, bro. Harsh. You don't have to win a division. You just have to win the playoffs. The problem is it's harder to advance in the playoffs if you don't win the division because you don't get home field advantage. And in the Steelers' case, if they come out third, they don't want to see the Chiefs coming out the gate. They don't want to see the Bills coming out the gate. They don't want to see the Ravens coming out the gate. So that kind of negates the whole Super Bowl piece. So I could add more context to what you were saying, sir. I get you.
We're not gonna finish below the Bengals.
You don't think so?
Heck, man, Bengals have no defense.
They got a lot of offense, though.
Yeah, they got a lot of offense. But they played the Steelers last year.
They got a lot of offense, though.
The Steelers put up more points than they did, and that's what you got to do against Cincinnati. You ain't got no choice. You're not gonna stop.
Who's your running back, Coach? Warren?
That's gonna be tough. Caleb Johnson.
Who's your running back? Warren?
Caleb Johnson is Warren the starter for right now. Caleb Johnson looked pretty good. He did decent,
Who's the wide out opposite DK Metcalf?
You got Austin. You got Roman Wilson, who's coming back.
I don't trust. I don't trust that offense. Granted, Pittsburgh's defense is way better, no doubt about it. But Joe Burrow with Chase, Higgins, they're gonna find a way to score.
But
you ain't gonna shut them down for 4 quarters.
They're gonna be one-dimensional. They're gonna be one-dimensional though, because people gonna see them throw because they ain't got a running back.
But they got 2 wideouts that can open up a lot of stuff. You can't see. Here's the thing: you can't if you double the wideouts with the secondary, then that's gonna open up the running game, right? Because you can't bring those DBs down. You can't bring those safeties down. So that's gonna open up. That's going to open up the running game. So they may not have a great running back, but just because you got to honor Chase and Higgins, that's going to open up lanes for the running game. And then that's going to open up some opportunities for their tight end. Like, I would love to play tight end right now for the Cincinnati Bengals. If I have any skill, I should be an all-pro with the kind of attention that Higgins and Chase are going to get. So, it's
but let me go back to what you said about McLaurin. And I hope this is not sacrilegious, Rhea, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Jamar Daniels need to get them to sign McLaurin because like the old
Who
song,
Jamar Daniels? You said Jay. I mean
Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry, Jaden
Okay.
Daniels.
Go ahead.
Jaden Daniels. Like the old gospel song says, without McLaurin, he can do nothing. Without McLaurin, he would fail.
Well, the jury's out on that, coach, because
nothing, coach.
the jury's out on Jaden if he could play without Terry. That because he hadn't had to do that yet. So that's but one thing that will make him still, in my opinion, be effective, even if Terry's not out there, the boy can run. And you got to honor his legs. Like I saw that thing in person when I saw them play the Falcons. And there were plenty of times where he just made a play to keep the drive going for the Commanders. And he willed the Commanders to victory against the Falcons in overtime, even though they shouldn't have gone to overtime if that dumb Raheem Morris had. But Red's not going to get on the coach because giving them a new leash this year. But I'm sorry for opening up old wounds, Red.
Yeah, real. I dogged about like you did last
year. Yeah. But Jaden Daniels, as long as he doesn't get hurt and his running is not compromised, it's going to be tough to stop him because the boy is so fluid with the way he runs.
I hope you don't have to depend on that. Somebody to take a cheap shot at him and try to knock them legs out. You know how the NFL is.
The VP said,
man. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The VP said Henderson needs to be on that team. He held it down on that D-line. That was Cincy's weak spot. The defense as a whole, they need to show up the rest of that defense because the offense can't keep outscoring everybody, especially in that division. Armani says...
Armani? Calling from the ship.
He's tuning in. Unfortunately, Steelers not winning division, and they will see on those teams first round, second round. Viva said Terry Mack was 15 on the wide receiver stats. This included tight ends. There are 3 tight ends in front of him. He should be realistic in his ask. If I were him, I'd fire my agent and sign with Cousins Sports Unlimited LLC. The Kirk Cousins special. Here's the reason why he's being unreasonable, VP. This is his last rodeo with that big contract. So this is the only time he'll be able to really command that kind of money because after this contract, he's going to be old for a wide receiver. Real old. Dirt old. So he got to try to make it rain while he can. Mike Gesicki could have a breakout year, like you said, Reverend Doctor. That the tie in that offense will eat for days, for sure. And thank you for giving me the name.
What'd you say, Coach?
I'm talking about Gesicki. Gesicki was a good ball player back in college. He still can go get him.
Yeah, he was solid when he played for the Dolphins.
Yeah, he can go get it.
Yeah,
I tell you this, man. With Raheem, with all the pressure Raheem putting on himself, boy, if the Falcon better not come out their first game and look just rusty and lackadaisical, because boy, this man, they ready to eat him alive. I mean, they ready to eat him alive. You just bring up that Washington game. You know how they were on him after that game, and then they been on him again because he ain't played the starters in the preseason. Boy, if you talk about one coach that got so much pressure for his team to show up week 1. It's Raheem, because boy, I tell you, Atlanta sports radio is gonna explode if we come out week 1 and lay a after all this stuff they've been saying. Woo! Raheem better have him ready week 1, buddy.
He won't be invited to the Swatch picnic.
It's gonna be, I said, Coach, he not gonna want to turn on his radio after if he lose. But then it's at home too. Woo! Well, you better be 1-0. That's all I gotta say.
Well, they're playing the Panthers, right?
No, they playing Tampa Bay.
Oh, Tampa Bay. So speaking of that, BP said, get ready to be mad, Red Rose.
Well, Mayfield ain't been playing. Mayfield's been a little hurt in preseason too, so he's not 100%. So they ain't really been getting their chemistry on. I'm saying Mayfield's been out this preseason too, Vince. So I know my quarterback ain't been playing, but he been practicing. I don't know if Mayfield been practicing, but we gonna see. We gonna see. It's gonna be a competitive game. Should be.
All right, gentlemen. Let's go to this one thing. Jerome Case mentioned it earlier. Do y'all feel there was collusion against Shedeur? Eric Dickerson made that provocative statement on a podcast. Are you all under the belief that there was collusion when it came to drafting Shedeur Sanders?
Is Ward
Red, you shaking your head. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I hate to say it. You know, I don't believe in all this what they call this the myths and the you know, all the conspiracy stuff. But on this particular situation, that is absolutely, I mean, this was just inexplicable. I understand you want to teach him a lesson, but to have the guy fall all the way to the 5th freaking round, like he was like some scrub or something. No, that was ridiculous. You teach him a lesson, you don't draft him in round 1. Round 2 or 3, he should have been off the board because that kid is way much better than Dylan Gabriel, much better than Tyler Shue, much better than most of these quarterbacks that were taken in this draft. The kid has talent. He really should be Cleveland's backup on the fast track to being a starter for the Browns right now with Flacco's old 40-year-old butt. And technically, he shouldn't even be on the Cleveland Browns right now because he should have got taken by a lot of other teams that were picking before the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, I hate to go with conspiracy and a lot when it comes to sports. But on this particular situation, you can look at it and tell that Shedeur Sanders should not have been taken in the 5th round. Should have been taken long before that. Even if you don't think he was the most talented quarterback, look at the players and the quarterbacks that were taken before him. So that is all I got to say. Yes, somebody put the word in. This was some Colin Kaepernick type stuff. But fortunately, I'm glad Shedeur went out there and played pretty well to prove that, okay, teach me a lesson, try to humble me. I'm still going to come out here and shine and perform. And I'm still the 2nd best quarterback on this team, no matter how many guys you pick ahead of me. But yeah, I think something was going on. Something shady was going on behind the scenes, for real.
Coach, do you concur? Well, matter of fact, before you go, Monty wanted to let us know that he'll be at that Tampa Bay game. Sago said if the Falcons don't show up this year, I want Raheem and Terry head on a platter, fired. Sister Harris, I know she loves this particular topic. Collusion, yes. Shedeur is one of her surrogate sons, sports sons now. The VP said there is no doubt about it. When Sanders fell to the 2nd round, black folk knew that the hit job was in play. The league was being malicious at that point. Humble him by not drafting him round 1, but not to draft him at all. Praise to the individual that made the call to Cleveland. I would love to know who this influential figure was. Red's take has changed. What about yours? Now, we weren't talking about collusion. We were talking about his talent when he was drafted. So that's a different conversation, Sister Harris. Just for the record. Just for the record. All right.
Yeah, I still think Shedeur's behavior was some of the reason with the conspiracy. Yeah, influencing conspiracy.
They go one and the same. His behavior is what we address. His behavior is what triggered folk to, if you want to say collude. But Coach, go ahead on. Let me read this last one.
That's exactly what it is, real. His behavior is what triggered folks to start the collusion.
Right, exactly. That's what we were talking about. We weren't talking about the NFL colluding. We were just talking about behavior.
Yeah, we didn't say Shedeur wasn't talented. We didn't say he wasn't a good quarterback. We just said his arrogant behavior started this mess.
I don't want a kid who hadn't even won a bowl game coming into the league talking about he's legendary. Come on, man. Showing his watch, and then his dad didn't help retiring his number when there were people like Cordell Stewart, Rashawn Salam, Michael Westbrook, who are champions at Colorado. It ain't their fault that Colorado went 2 decades before they became somewhat relevant, and all Shedeur and Travis did was made them relevant, but they didn't win nothing. You know, they didn't even win a conference title, and we retiring their jerseys. That's problematic. If I'm Michael Westbrook, Rashawn Salam, God rest his soul. If I'm Cordell Stewart, I'm cutting every check that I send to the school until they retire my number. Y'all ain't getting a check from me until y'all retire my number. Y'all retired these 2 guys who are hot in social media, and a lot of it's because they're connected to Prime. We were Prime in Colorado before y'all knew such thing as Prime. Ain't no way in the world, man. I'm cutting. If I'm Cordell Stewart or Michael Westbrook, I'm not cutting another check until my name is put up in the Raptors, because we accomplished way more than Shedeur Sanders, way more than Travis Hunter. Now
Travis
Rashawn Salam won a Heisman before Travis did, so his name should definitely be up there.
Yeah.
Come on now. All right. Y'all didn't say he was overrated. I don't think he's just this great talent. I don't think he's this great talent.
I might have said that, Miss Harris.
And I'm not bagging off anything I said, because I'm not gonna get excited with him playing against second and third stringers.
Yeah, you know, Rev got to see him in the regular season.
I got to see him in the regulars. Like I'm sitting up here looking at him. Did he look okay? His throwing percentage wasn't the greatest for a preseason game. Did he do well? Yes. I want to see him do well against the players that matter. Right here, I'm not going to get excited about a kid who did well against persons that, number one, will probably be on the bench, out the league, or on a practice squad. You're not going to get a rise out of me.
Bottom line, Rev said, I can't get excited about players if I should do it showing out against players that's going to be working with my co-host Red.
Exactly. All right. Coach, we're going to get to you. I promise you, man. Jerome said, humble him for what? What was his behavior? Look at Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel with the money sign. Legendary was an off-field brand. Shedeur didn't retire his college jersey, which has nothing to do with the NFL. Look at Baker. Look at Johnny. What am I looking at? All right, if we want to be honest, right? Did Johnny and Baker do more with their squads than Shedeur did?
Oh,
did they win more on the collegiate level than Shedeur did?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we want to look at them, you know, yes, they have behavioral problems, egos, so forth and so on. But I do remember Johnny Manziel beating the brakes off Alabama when they were really good. I remember that. I remember Baker Mayfield playing in the Final Four against Georgia in the college playoff. I that's what I remember. That's what. Now I don't remember Shedeur even winning the Alamo Bowl. I don't remember that.
Not the Alamo Bowl.
Well, y'all about to make this worse now. Don't start pumping them up now.
I think they got torched. Matter of fact, the one bowl game that they made, because they weren't bowl eligible first year, they got torched, and that wasn't a college playoff game. So you know, if we're gonna talk about Johnny and Baker, yes, they had issues, but those guys did do something on the collegiate level, right? They did.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah, and those dudes won Heismans. Exactly.
Yeah, good point. Another good point.
Come on, man. They're white, yeah, but Johnny almost beat Bama twice. You beat him. Yeah, I mean the accomplishments of Johnny and Baker is not even comparable to what Shador. Okay, here we go. What Jerome say? Baker grabbed his crotch and Johnny broke NCAA rule. Rev, you are moving the goalposts because you darn well Shador didn't have the same level of a team, Baker or Johnny.
Now, hold on now. You can't start with that, Jerome. Don't start talking about the level of the teams now. You can't see now. You moving the goalposts. How you gonna sit up here and pump Shador up, and then when we name the quarterbacks we named, say they did a better job. Here you go. Well, the team they had wasn't that good, man. That's it. Okay, so real. Now when you compare the teams, he'll say, well, and what about his coach? He didn't have the right coach, you know.
He had his dad. He had his dad. He didn't even have to compete for the starting position. He already had it. You know, I mean, Shador was right there to compete against Kansas and got drilled.
Oh my God.
They were right there.
You making it bad now, boy. I forgot about that.
They were right there to win the division. They got drilled by Kansas, man. Let me not let Jerome take over the show. My bad.
Kansas. Come on.
They had a chance to win the division.
Yeah. I probably lost my college football three-peat on picking up, man.
Yeah. All right, Coach. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Legendary. Coach, give us this legendary comment. What Shador colluded against?
Oh, my bad. Is water wet?
Yeah.
Does Golden Corral serve a buffet? I mean, everybody knows it's collusion. It's no surprise there. I mean, you saw a guy that had the talent and was picked highly drop down like that. I mean, common sense would tell you that's what it was, and that's just a common sense move right there. But as far as Shador being overrated and all that stuff, I'm going against both of y'all because I want Mama Harris's roles again, so I'm gonna go with Mama Harris.
Just look it up to Mama Harris, man.
I'm just playing. Shador is right there where he needs to be. He's better than Dylan Gabriel. We can say that honestly without even thinking about it. He's better than Dylan Gabriel. So, hey, it's not going to be – the collusion is in. That's out the way now. He's going to make the team, and now he has understood or is understanding that he has to do what he got to do to be effective in the NFL. He don't have to do a lot of talking. He don't have to do anything except play ball. All the other theatrics is not going to work with him. But I'm a little disappointed because nobody talking about my boy Shiloh. I don't understand that. Why y'all not talking about Shiloh? That's my boy.
Let's hope Shiloh makes that team.
Yeah, I think he made the first cut. So
yeah, you'll see Shiloh when Drake London go deep on him.
Yeah, the good thing is he got a little money. You know, he'll be $100,000 there if he gets cut.
Not $100,000 there.
That's like something George Jefferson would say. I'm 1,000 there.
Timothy said, I was a Johnny Football and Baker. Johnny Football, Baker Mayfield won bowl games. Sanders couldn't even win the Family Dollar Bowl.
Family Dollar Bowl. God, come on, y'all.
Well, y'all are killing this. See, y'all should have never started this. All y'all should do it, fans, because now we got to tell the truth about it.
Just renamed the show the Goalpost Move. You moving it, starring Jerome Case, talking about, well, Shador didn't have the talent that Baker and Johnny had, but you brought them up, and we had to tell you what they did,
Nobody move more goalposts than Jerome Case.
Shador is a great talent. The proof will be in the pudding when he gets his opportunity. He's in a great position right now. Dillon will flame out. Flacco won't last a year. Shador, remember this, Aaron Rodgers waited for years on the bench. When opportunity came, he rose to the occasion. Patience, my young
Padawan.
Padawan. All right.
He's going Star Wars now.
All right. Wentz said NFL cut is Tuesday. VP
That's
said
right.
Cleveland will hold on to this kid for as long as he can, bruh. Is putting butts in the seats. This is Cleveland's guy. Cleveland, he can sell the mess out of merch. That he can.
Yeah, that's true. But boy, I saw a lot of people establish jerseys.
He's the number one pick for merch. There's no doubt about it.
God. Well, I saw grown men your age should do a Southern jersey. Like, yeah, come on, Shador. Of course, they know they cheer his dad is fans cheering for the son. I know, but still, he can definitely put the butts in the seats. I mean, he has, and now he's kind of like Bronny James.
So the thing that really causes me to question Shador on the NFL level, he doesn't have elite or even above average escapability. And that's what really concerns me. Because if you look at the QBs in this current NFL, they have some level of escapability. And Shador can't get away from those guys. And that's my only knock on him from being a superb talent in the NFL. He's kind of, dare I say, y'all ready for the comparison?
Tom Brady?
Now, he's kind of Matt Ryan-ish with a strong arm.
Not Matt Ryan-ish. Uh-oh.
I don't know, Rev. I saw him escape one dude that first game. I don't think Matt Ryan could have made all these moves to get away.
Well, yeah, he has more speed than Ryan. But maybe all right, I'll pause on that. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned on the escapability because he got a few moves out there. But I tell you what, he got more moves than Flacco got.
Well, for sure. I mean, remember, Flacco was out the league a year or two and then he came back. So, Flacco's had his day. But, we'll see. Will Shiloh make the cut?
No. He might, and then he'll get cut when Drake London go deep on him in first game.
Sister Harris, will you stop, please? I didn't see him escape. And what?
Yeah, no, that is a play made though, real. That's the one I was talking about.
In what? I saw many games in college get hawked down by kids who not even going to the NFL.
Oh, you talking about preseason? Okay, that's the real focus on your word preseason.
Stop telling me about what he did in preseason against kids that probably will either be second string on the practice squad or out the NFL. Please don't tell me anything about that. Okay, please.
Come on, regular season starts so Rev can see him playing a real game.
Go down, slide down,
has
Rev.
his mother's athleticism.
Yeah, go to the next comment. Oh, Lord, here we go.
Goalpost move. Rev went from saying Shador didn't have an elite or an accurate arm to not his escapability. Lord, you see it, hate.
There you go.
Rev was saying didn't have an elite or accurate arm. I never questioned his accuracy. I never heard anybody just say he got arm strength like Josh Allen. I never heard anybody say that. What I've always said he hadn't had escapability. And I'm one of the biggest ones talking about running quarterbacks. You got to have some mobility. So I don't know.
Just be patient, y'all. Rev got to see it in the regular season.
That's right, Red. In his starting game is all right. So remind me once Christmas comes, a month before Christmas, to get my mother Shador Sanders jersey. Okay, remind me, please, because
I I get it if I can get some of that key lime pie and some rolls. I get it.
Well, she don't make key lime pie like that, but rolls definitely. Rolls
Okay.
definitely.
What is it about those players that play for those Cleveland teams that Miss Harris loves?
I don't know. She likes those players that get. She said thank you. She likes those players that the media gets on, those black young men, those polarizing black young men that sometimes get the media thrown at. All right, gentlemen, we far exceeded the first half.
You ain't lie. I felt like we already had halftime. Lord, it's the first time in a while I said, is it halftime yet? Real get froze again?
No, I'm here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. Let's hold off on the college rankings until next week. Can we do that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because
For one game, either way, today.
Yeah, ain't no major game. All right, so we're gonna go to halftime right here. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed all the talk, and we'll be right back for the second half. We got Braves conversation. We got some football, basketball coming your way. So we'll be right back. And we're back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. There's some comments that have been made. So let me address those comments real quickly. Great comeback show so far. Thanks, Sister Harris. The VP said, Mama Wildcat Harris is the Shirley Chisholm of our sport, showing love to our brothers getting battered in the media. Red Rose, turn off your mic when you... That's funny. Jerome Case, y'all just know if Shador throws an INT today or looks even a little off, you'll see just how much preseason matters to Rev because he's going to go off on Shador next week. No, I'm not. It'll be bad if he's throwing picks against third and fourth stringers, but it's not that serious to me. It's really not that serious to me. I don't even watch preseason football, so I'm being consistent. I have not watched one down of the Chiefs. I have not watched one down of the Falcons during preseason because preseason means, in the words of the late John Otis, my former basketball coach, it means nothing. Nothing. All right. All right. So with that being said, I don't know where Red went.
Red, while we got this little pause before you go on, I have a young man and I know this is not protocol, but he is advertising a package, a TV package, where you can get every pay-per-view, every PLE, and all Sunday ticket and everything for $100. And he wanted me to put his name out there and say, hey, you give him a call and he can get it hooked up where he can get you a package for $100. You get every sporting event known to man. And his name is Dre. And I got his number. I don't know how to put it in the chat. I mean, in the comments or anything.
Hold on, Coach. Two things. Is it legit?
Yeah.
Number one.
I talked to him on the sports roundtable. We talked to him, and HO recommends him. So I get he's got to be legit if HO recommends him because HO he already got it. He said he enjoying the package right now. So he told me.
Number two, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Did he give you a check to make that advertisement?
No, he just asked me if I wouldn't mind, since our show is watched by a lot of people, to put it out there and see if anybody wants to. It ain't no obligation. It's just he wanted to put it out there since our show reaches a lot of people to say, hey, put a name out there. And if they call him, then he can go over the particulars with them. That's all I'm doing. I'm just a messenger.
All right, Coach. Somebody said jailbroken fire stick.
I don't think it's that. It got nothing to do with a fire stick.
Okay.
No.
Red's lighter stopped working. So Coach is about to help y'all catch cases.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. See, first of all, if you know me, I ain't finna say anything or do anything that's not with the law. I'm not with that doing illegal stuff. No, he's legit. He's a legit businessman, and he had the company. He just asked me if I don't mind. Y'all ain't got to do it. I just being the messenger and putting it out there that he said if you want to talk to him about the company, you ask him about all that you have to do. I don't know everything. He just mentioned about it to me. I didn't say I was gonna do it anything, So
VP said Coach Patrick Willie Thomas has fulfilled his obligation. 24 of original glazes on the way.
Man, don't nobody eat no Krispy Kreme donuts. Shipless, dude. Shipless.
Coach,
my bad, y'all. I had to have my sister take my mom out for an outing today. I had to help get in the car. So,
okay. All right, let's get right into it, man. Coach, tell Buddy, on all jokes aside, tell Buddy to have a flyer or something that can be produced.
Okay.
All right. VP said, my bad, Duncan. Nah, he's a Shipley's guy. He's a Shipley's guy.
Duncan don't even hardly sell donuts. They serve breakfast sandwiches more than anything else.
Hey, where you think I get my mom breakfast sandwich from here morning?
Yeah, their donuts are not that good. They just Dunkin' now.
All right, Red, get ready, man. We got to get this Braves report. We stalled long enough for Coach to advertise with somebody who didn't pay us for the advertisement, but it's all good.
Okay. All right, let me run through the Braves report real quick. She ain't gonna be that long.
All right, in 4, 3, 2, and 1.
It's game time. It's GT.
Yeah. I'm doing the tomahawk chop, even though all hope is lost, season is gone, everything is over with. But hey, at least my Braves, we trying to play spoilers. Well, we gonna be some player haters for the last month, and look like our bats are back. But our pitching is completely lost, gone, dead and gone, never to be found again, unless Hurston Waltrip up on the mound. But the rest of these scrubs, oh my God. Even Joey Wentz, who I was starting to feel a little better about, he even came and got rocked last night. But man, 4 games this week, 2-2. And I just mentioned the whole month we've been off. I told Real when we got back that I thought we could possibly have a chance to sneak into this thing, but man, honestly, we was almost about to be 9.5 games out the wild card, possibly 8 or 7. Had things worked out these last couple of games, but it didn't. When you're that far back, you have no room for error, and errors we've been having these last few games, these last couple of weeks, this whole season. Started off 0-7, and it's been just going downhill ever since. I mean, the entire pitching rotation is gone on the injured list. That's why I don't even recognize half these guys go out on the mound pitching for us these days. But anyway, this week, Braves were having a pretty good August. Let me not say they started off well in August. We were 11-3, probably had the best record in August, the best bullpen in August, and our bats were, like I said, our bats were waking up. But this starting pitching is just atrocious. I mean, you got Spencer Strider starting to be weak, giving up 8 runs to the White Sox. Then you got Bryce Elder. Lord have mercy, if I ever see this clown again, man, if I ever see this clown on the street, it's right there. I mean, wow, right there on site. That's how mad this guy make me. But Bryce Elder coming in, giving up another 6 or 7 runs, and we actually came back in that game. We and Hurston Waltrip shut down the White Sox with his 7 shutout innings. That's good job, buddy. Braves finally got one pitcher who can do his job. But like I say, no Sale, no Schumanbach, no Lopez, no nothing pretty much. I mean, the pitching staff is just atrocious, and it's pretty much on kilt our season. But like I say, the offense is back. Ray pretty much told you about the guy who's not his son, Michael Jr. Harris. This dude, I mean, if you take his first half and his second half, it's 2 completely different players. But like I posted, man, Michael Harris does this every year. He don't even start playing good baseball to around May or June. So we can just fix the first half, Michael Harris, or maybe just put him on the injured list until the second half again. Then we won't probably notice his flaws. But like I say, Michael Harris is woken up. The bats have woken up. Jurickson Profar, that catch he made a few weeks ago, I'll welcome you back next year, buddy. That throw that Acuna made right after we went off the air, that throw he made from left field to third, get Buddy out, both of those 2 plays might go down as 2 of the top defensive plays of the year from our Braves. About all the highlights we really have this year. Just a couple of great defensive plays, finding, discovering Hurston Waltrip, Matt Olson, his little on base streak. Acuna still Acuna. I think he went deep last night, but that's about all the Braves got this year. Just individual success, no team success. Like I say, we on almost 20 games out the division and 10 games out the wild card. So this season is pretty much over. We lost last night to the Mets 12-7. Hopefully we can rebound and win the next two games of the series to hurt the Mets a little bit more. But as far as us and doing anything for the team, this season is over with. And like I say, Alex, I hope you doing what you got to do to put a good team out there for 2026. Because Braves fan not gonna put up with this again, man. We giving you a pass. You know, you get a pass because all you done in the past, you get a pass for this atrocious season. But boy, you had better be ready to when free agency start and it's time to make trades next offseason. You better be ready, man, because we got to make some moves because we can't have this next year. This pitching staff has got to be retooled and revamped. We got to fix this shortstop position, and we got to decide what we're gonna do in left field. Are we gonna keep Profar long term or what? But whatever decisions that we know, we are definitely done with Snit. Snit got to get up out of here. I mean, that dumb decision he did the other night to when he pulled Michael Harris. I know we were down a few runs, but still, you don't pull the best hitter in the game, the hottest hitter in the game, for some pinch runner and Eli White. And then when we need Harris in the 9th inning to possibly get back in the game, he out the game and Eli White come in and strike out. So Snit is moves like that while Braves fans are glad and hopefully this is your last year with us. It's definitely time for a change in that department. Possibly definitely time for a coaching change, period. new hitting coach, new pitching coach, new manager, new everybody. So definitely changes on the horizon with our Braves, and we hope there are changes for the best because the changes we had this season have been all for the worst. So, Alex, you got some work to do, buddy. But in the meantime, Braves, just keep playing spoilers and keep player hating on all these teams, including the Phillies, so we can stop their Red October party that they getting so hype about. Rex, we're going to stop your party too, and everybody else, and everybody else whose path we come against, we're going to try to hate on you too. So that's all we can do right now, Braves, is be player haters into the end of the season. That's all I got. Go Braves next year.
All right. There's no recap on that. No need to talk about a team who's not eligible. Our ratings were going down, so we might have to cut the Braves report a little bit towards the rest of the year. since they're not relevant right now, nobody will hear about them since they're not relevant. Coach, I'm gonna say brace yourself. I know you're gonna have a word for Jerome right here.
What's that?
Yeah, to see what he
Uh,
said. Let me cover
he,
my eyes.
he said, Coach Buddy said for the low price of 100, he can get you a 60-day, all expenses paid trip to a beautiful city resort with a nice suite, cool view, free meals, new clothes, and personal security everywhere you go.
Well, hey, Jerome, if you don't believe him, that's fine. I'm just doing what he asked me to do. But also, for the low price of $100, he can get you some Encyclopedia Britannica. So, hey, what I mean, really?
How about a spelling book?
Red, you're not going to like this update. Word is that offensive lineman McGarry is leaning towards getting a surgery, which will effectively end his season.
Yeah. We said that last night that they were keeping something from us, and now we see. Once he went down, they say significant time rib. I didn't have any hopes. I mean, if anything he gave us this season was probably going to be, because he got hurt significant time, leg injury. So I just hope Storm can come back, and Elijah Wilkinson, them two together can do something. But Falcons probably going to have to make a move or two. And it's, like I said, it's going to be a patchwork offensive line this year. I just hope Penis can survive, because that's his blind side over there.
All right, here we go, man. We're moving on to the 5 for 5, this segment of the show, where my panelists will get 1 minute each to talk about the topic at hand, 45 seconds single shot, 15 more seconds additional shot. After that minute, if they go over that minute, they get muted. Reverend Nation, feel free to put your comments in the chat as they're speaking. We'll come to you immediately after they get through. Here we go. Damian Lillard, probably out for this season, but he signs with Portland going forward to be back to the team that initially drafted him. What says you about Dame going to Portland, Coach?
God bless him. They're not going to criticize him for being one of them guys that never wins a ring, because what he did was decide to go home and be with his family. He said, hey, I can end my career in Portland where it started, where all my family is. So, hey, why not take the chance? Good luck, Dane.
Red, what says you?
Yeah, I agree with Coach. He's probably going to end his career without a ring, but he's going home. Obviously, misses his family. You can tell he wasn't really happy in Milwaukee. Definitely homesick. I think they started the issues with his wife. So it's nice that they're trying to work things out. I know I'm a little hopeless romantic. I love to see couples work things out. But it's good they working things out, and he's going back to be with his family, because obviously he missed them and he was unhappy in Milwaukee. I know he went over there for a ring, but obviously that just goes to prove ring chasing and all that don't necessarily bring you happiness. It's the things that matter in life: your family, your home, being comfortable. Like you said, he is Mr. Blazer. I mean, Blazers love him. The organization love him. I'm sure Chauncey would love him to anchor in the new regime. He can be the guy that anchors for the new guy to come in. Dame can just carry on that push till the new guy get there. So he's been pretty much with Kobe. I mean, he gonna be there until the new guy get there. You know, Kobe won 5 rings. Dame kind of zero.
All right. The VP said, Dame, no one cares. At least you make a lot of money, fam. And the VP was on it. My bad for not acknowledging his Q to Lunit's statement before we started. I apologize. Been a little rusty since we've been away. I won't make that mistake going forward. Matter of fact, I won't start the music until I get the Q to Lunit. And Jerome says, Coach, for the low price of $24.99, you can get a Planet Fitness membership. I can't.
Reading is fundamental too, and spelling is essential.
You give him a library card. So.
Oh, have mercy. ESPN buys not only the NFL network, but WWE. Did they get rid of all those jobs and personalities so they could go on a buying spree? Goodness gracious. What said you read about ESPN buying up some major networks?
If they did get rid of all those personalities for this network, you need to get rid of some more personalities. All them clowns you got sitting around the desk on first, they can get up all day long. I mean, Lord have mercy. Real, I made this post yesterday. Can we go back to the days of just 2 people debating on First Take like it used to be? Now it's like a whole round table around that table now. But anyway, buying the NFL network, WWE, I guess they doing for sports what some of these studios do for movies. You know how they have Paramount buying Warner Brothers, all this collaboration, and just want to be one big network. It's like Mike say, Disney. Disney bought up everything, and now ESPN is buying up everything in the sports world. So I mean, ESPN just becoming more and more powerful. So good luck, but that's definitely why Rich Eisman is back on ESPN now, because he works for him.
Coach.
ESPN is basically putting a monopoly on everything. Fox Sports, I don't know where y'all money at. Probably in making decisions like putting the Texas Oklahoma. I mean, I'm gonna get this out of the way. Putting the Texas Ohio State game at 12 o'clock on Saturday. That's why y'all ain't making no money, you dummies. ESPN we had that game in prime time. So ESPN buying everything and making good money and doing right. Thank you.
All righty. Let's see if we got any Revenite Nation comments. Yeah, he did choose violence with Coach this morning. The Mouse went on a buying spree. I'm not sure what that means, the VP says. Just don't surround us with clowns giving their BS. Winston said, First Take is a waste of time now. They say everything that was said good up. Without Shannon, it's not the same.
Thank you, Winston. That's exactly what I'm saying. Real. They spent 2 hours on Get Up, and then the same clowns come over the First Take and say the exact same thing over there. It's like, come on now. You got to have some originality. Don't have the same guys on Get Up and then move the same guys over to ESPN saying, giving the same opinions and same thing. At least have a different set of people. If you're going to have one group on Get Up, have different people on First Take, or really just have 2 people on First Take like you had before. All right, I'm done. All right.
Real.
No, hold on real quick. Let me get to this comment. I'll come right back to you. Here's the thing. Whenever ESPN solely features Stephen A., that's when it becomes a train wreck. They did this before when they tried to do a little nighttime show for him called Quite Frankly back in the day. Stephen A. functions better and is more tolerable when there is an equal opposite him. When he's the main dog, he wants to take over. and his opinion is king and supreme. And then anybody who has an alternative opinion, he'll start cutting them off because they're not his equal. And First Take is going to experience a downfall. And if I was Shannon Sharp, I would try to do a podcast during First Take time. I would even try to get Emmanuel Acho and put something together.
The teeth.
Put something together.
No, that's his brother, Coach.
Well, that's Sam. That's right.
Yeah, I would put something together to rival it because I didn't watch First Take all this week because I just can't get the center of it all being about Stephen A. He's already arrogant. That's part of who he is. I get that. But it's just too much when there's nobody to check it. And I can't watch that.
Thank you, Red. Number butt tips was coming on there. Now, what made me upset is the folks that was the man in a sport. How you gonna come on there and all of a sudden you go shrivel up now because you in Stephen A. prison? Well, wait a minute. Weren't you the man in your sport? You played sport. Why all of a sudden you shriveling up in his red? See, I know me and you wouldn't do this. I know you wouldn't do it no number one. I know doggone well you ain't gonna shrivel up in Stephen A. prison. You got an opinion. You gonna say your opinion whether Stephen A. agree with it or not. And that's what I'm saying. These guys act like they didn't do anything in their sport, and like Stephen A. he is just a know-it-all to be all. Number one, he don't know crap about the NFL. Yeah, he knows some basketball, but his football opinions, like my boy Winston said last night, they leave a lot to be desired. And you just got these folks that played football, played in the NFL, coming on there and going and shrivel up to him. What in the world? But when Skip was on there, they'll come on there and try to dog him out. You want to talk trash to Skip, but you shrivel up in Stephen A. press. Man, get out of here.
Okay, I got to backtrack on that one because I notice every time he has Ryan Clark and Swagoo and Damian Wood and those guys on there, he always says, I'm going to let y'all talk because y'all know more about the sport than I do.
Yeah.
He always said that.
Talking more than they do.
No. He stops and let them talk. He'll let them talk. Now, he's going to do what he does because, like Red said, that's his arrogance. But he's going to let the football players do most of the talking when they own that. Now, if it's a non-football player, of course. But he let the football players talk about their own sport because he didn't play it. He admitted he didn't play it. I ain't going to totally destroy him now. He got his bad part, but I ain't going to totally destroy him for what he's doing because, again, #1 show on TV. So you can't argue with facts.
Well, Coach, some of that is subjective, right? Because
that's that E word. Another one.
ESPN is like the only sports network that's in every hotel, right? I travel quite a bit.
There you go, Real. Break it down, Real. Why that #1
you can't find FS1 in a good portion of hotels. So, like, that's why it's a little dangerous to talk about that #1 stuff because ESPN's reach is far greater than any other network.
And that's the FS1 fault. They should be trying to upgrade their situation. I don't understand. They got football and they had good sports, but like Vince, the VP just said, they're gonna have Joy Taylor on ESPN rebranded as a wrestler, Joy to the World.
That's funny. All right. Jerome K said, Coach Emmanuel Acho will cut Shannon to pieces the first time he gets live with Acho, like he does with Acho.
Yeah, man, you're gonna fight him.
I don't know. Winston not big on Acho, says he has terrible takes. He been better bringing Skip back to play second fiddle. I think Skip is too old now, man. Folk not going to digest.
He's getting old now.
Yeah, he's old. Ryan Clark about to be the nigga SAS once First Take tank. That'll be interesting. BP said Red Rose, those guys value their checks. SAS is the ESPN godchild.
Oh yeah. I know that bitch. Oh yeah. I know that's why they kiss butt. I know that Stephen A. is giving he bringing them on the show, giving them a paycheck. That's why they got a kiss. But I know, but sometimes it just sounds so egregious when I see guys that I know have more knowledge sit there and cower to him, let him overtalk them. But it is what it is.
Okay. And then I travel quite a bit as well. The mothership's reach is vast. You're right. Every hotel has ESPN. You're hard pressed to find FS1 unless you log on to your laptop. That's the facts, man.
Facts,
That's the
man.
facts.
And the show, I keep saying, Rev, the show First Take was number one when Skip and Stephen A were there doing their thing. The show was number one. So it ain't like the show was bottom of the ratings. Skip left, and then the show all of a sudden rose to number one. Oh, guys, we number one now. No, you were number one when Skip was there. What are you talking about?
And even during the dog years that Steve A didn't like with Max Kellerman, it was still number one.
Right. They've been number one. He had like they were number one. He had like, oh, let me get rid of Skip. Let me fire Max Kellerman. And now look what I've done, y'all. We number one in the country now. Man, stop, man. Stop the cap. You've been number one since the days of Skip Bayless. God.
Yeah. And it hadn't changed. And trust me, if FS1's reach was equal to ESPN's, Undisputed would have been beating the brakes off First Take because Skip and Shannon were far better than Stephen A and Max Kellerman. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. So that lets me know that reach matters. And that's why I struggle with that. We're the number one show because the reach is totally different. Winston says Shannon clipped himself and Otto calls. They was about to get a show on ESPN. They were supposed to shoot a pilot a couple of months ago.
What?
That's,
For OnlyFans?
all right, man. We've been over 5 minutes. Let's go to the next one. WNBA players threatening to strike. What says you, Coach?
They got a right to, and you know, I heard somebody say something about they get their salary would increase, but their thing is they were more than 9% of the revenue. I mean, they could at least get in the 20s, somewhere like that, or 30. That's all they want. They just getting 9% of the revenue from all these sold out games that they got. You know, and if the salary is going to increase, they got a valid point to, in my opinion. They just got to keep working at it. But what's going against them is, despite all these sellouts, the league is about to lose money again, and that's holding them up from what they're doing. But I don't think they're gonna pander or give up their hold on what they're trying to do. I don't know why, but hey,
Greg, get it.
The league is losing money. That's always the problem. Not this year, every year. Always losing money. Always be closing. Like they say in Glengarry Girls, always be closing. WNBA. Always be losing. Fun. I mean, and look, I'm all for the girls getting a little bit more money. Nobody want to stop them from getting paid. But look, y'all have got to do realistic negotiations. And as long as they do realistic negotiations, then I hope they get everything they deserve. But from what I'm hearing, they coming out trying to do fantasy world negotiations. Like, you know, talking about I want 49 to 51% of the pie. Man, 49 to 51% of y'all ain't even making the doggone profit. Have y'all literally lost y'all mind? I don't know who's in charge of this negotiation, but they need to find a spokesperson or a chairperson to speak for the girls, and so they can actually have some realistic statements and stop letting these girls with their cheap shirts and they silly quotes from Griner and Reese talking about we're gonna reject 1,250,000 and 1 million. That ain't nothing. What? It ain't nothing, and y'all ain't even making a profit. And somebody offering you that is most definitely something, ladies. So Get a clue. Get your financial education up, okay, and get a spokesperson to properly negotiate for you girls, so you won't lose everything you gaining by making these asinine and idiotic comments and asking for this asinine and idiotic stuff that is completely egregious and crazy. If you think you're going to get 49 to 51% of some pie and you ain't even making a profit, have y'all completely gone mashugana?
I gave him some extra time. I'm gonna go to the comments. The coaches corner said, "Good strike. They want instant gratification. Without the work, it took the men years of profitability before the men started making real money. WNBA offered to raise salary to almost $250,000, but they turned it down. They're looking for NBA money when they do nowhere near NBA numbers. The math ain't mathing." Winston says, Jerome says, "Rev, there's permissive will, there's divine will, and there's silly will. The WNBA players better call somebody's prophet before they strike to help them understand profits."
Finally, Jerome said something I agree with.
The VP said they had better sit their butts down. I understand their approach, but they're dealing with stingy business owners. The ladies are definitely hitting their stride with Clark. Those very ladies also need to remember that Clark is the new hotness. Her fandom is the real reason the $22 billion deal even happened. Stop the shade and cheap shots on your moneymaker. Get what you can, make your money, but be reasonable. They need an experienced negotiator to get this done. The grind. Now, Coach, I'm still shocked at your take, man. I got to turn the music. I'm shocked, Coach. I know you're a man of people. You're a lovable guy, but you said they should get about 20%, and then you said the league is losing money. Like how can you get increase when you're losing money? That's where I think it was Winston or the coach corner. No, I think it was Winston. The math is not math. And who was it that made a great point? Was Coach's Corner? Yeah, Coach's Corner made a great point. We remember the days when Magic and Bird first came to the league, and the NBA was on tape delay, the playoffs, the NBA championship. And it took them decades. Like Michael Jordan didn't start making $30 million toward the twilight of his career. Most of his career, he was making $4 or $5 million.
Yeah.
For most of his career. Like these salaries the NBA players are making now is because folk like Magic and them and Oscar Robertson, they were making peanuts. And that's part of the reason why some of the old NBA players are kind of, throw shade at the new guys, because they're making astronomical money and they weren't across the board as nearly as good as those in the past. So Coach, help me out. Besides gender equality, I don't know. When we talk straight business, how is it that you can approve 20% and you still say the league is losing money?
But first of all, I said they won't. I didn't say that's what I think they're going to get. I said they're saying they want that much.
But you said you can see them getting 20%.
I can see it because and when you offer to go take their salary, the number one salary in the WNBA is probably what, $100,000.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the salaries are if the math is not mathing in the profits. Like you can't. That's just like the NFL. There would be no $40 million quarterback if the NFL weren't raking in billions.
All right.
Like if they were only making millions, the top quarterback would be making $400,000. I mean, so that's the stuff that I can't understand. How we can sit up here and talk about a salary, but you can't like that. Like if you run a business, No matter how good your employees are, you can only pay what you can pay according to the money that your business is making. So if they got to keep going overseas for higher salaries, they just got to keep doing that until the math is mathing. Like this whole strike thing is ridiculous in my eyes. Wanting more than what they're already getting is ridiculous in my eyes. Like, if I were the WNBA owners, I wouldn't even have this discussion until y'all give me 3 years at least of profits. We've been in the hole for years. And if it weren't for the NBA, there would be no WNBA. Because the NBA been funding the WNBA for years. Like, there wouldn't even be no discussion. Ladies, this league should have been the league should have been canceled 10 years ago. So come back again when we start making a profit for a sustainable amount of time. Go ahead, Red.
And Red, here's the silliest point of all. The one person who could actually change things financially could probably help them get a little bit more money. That's the one person they hating on. The one person they bully, beat up, and talk trash about constantly every day. Caitlin Clark, the one girl who can help y'all, who if I'm a player, that's gonna be my best friend right there. Come on, Caitlin, put my arm around her. You with me, girl, cause we gonna get some money. But no, instead of putting their arms around her, wrapping your arm around her, taking care of your financial gym, all y'all do, push her around, talk trash, throw shade, beat her up, all this stuff. And like you say, she hurt now. Probably from all them shots she taking, getting pushed to the floor. And what's going on? You're losing viewership. Ain't nobody trying to watch these games until Caitlin get back or when Juju get there next year. Paige Becker scored 44 points the other day. Did anybody care? Nope. Was she leading Sports Center? Nope. It was an afterthought. You had folks saying, why can't Paige Beckers get some recognition? She scored 44 points. Because we don't care. It's football season. Shut up, get it real, and stop begging for money that you're not making. Jeez.
The WNBA would do well to take a page out of the PGA. Those golfers, many of them couldn't stand Tiger Woods, but they loved the money that he brought every time he showed up.
Kiss that butt.
They didn't say a mumbling word about Tiger. They didn't rag him. They didn't talk about him. They said, as long as Tiger shows up, our money goes up.
Show me the money, baby.
Woo. And you embrace the cash cow. You embrace the cash cow. Granted, Caitlin ain't been in the league for years, but the bottom line is she got mass appeal. And it ain't like she's garbage. Let's be clear. She may be getting a little bit too much hype because she hasn't been in the league long enough. Okay. But the girl can play. The woman can play. Period. There's a reason why she's selling out arenas. She ain't a beauty queen. So we know it ain't beauty that's causing folk to pay big money.
Damn, real.
I mean, she ain't a beauty queen. It's clearly the girl can play some basketball. And that's what the WNBA should focus on. All right, Coach, don't worry about answering. Don't worry about it. Because the Revenite Nation, they got a lot of stuff. Let's see. Man, I didn't know we were going to get this much traction. VP said, Reverend Doctor, our comments getting cut off at a certain point. It's character limit. There was more. Yeah, they are, man. They are. WNBA baby steps. Crawl before you walk. You've been around for 20 years, and baby steps continue to be taken. You're heading in the right direction. Instant gratification is going to be your potential downfall. Facts.
Be like
if you operate in the red every year and increase your employee more money, you will go bankrupt immediately. That's facts. And see, they're banking on the NBA keep putting that money in. That's what they're banking on. The highest salary in the league is $249K. Jewel Lloyd Kelsey Mitchell, and Rike something. I think this old girl, Chimmy's sister. Ogumake, yeah.
No,
she overpaid.
Ogumawale. I'm sorry.
Ogumawale,
The
yeah.
one play for Dallas, and she overpaid. Boy, she overpaid.
Jerome K said, Rev, people need to understand equality of access versus equality of outcome. The WNBA has basic access, and they are expecting premium outcome. That's crazy. Great way of putting it. The coach said, well, women are the biggest opponent to holding other women back. Some could say that. Winston said, WNBA been around since 96 and still hadn't turned a profit. There isn't money to be had. And that's the sad fact. Clark should be carried on these women's shoulders if they want that bag. Pride.
I mean, I don't know why. They ain't figured this out.
VP said 13.8% of the league out of 180 players make $200K and up. That is 25 players. I call that progress. Man, this got a lot more legs than I thought it was going to have. The WNBA needs to contact coaches.
Coach, get him, man. He's still talking trash.
I'm just happy for him that he's able to enunciate and to spell correctly. So let him have his moment.
Oh my God.
Facts, Coach's Corner. Women do not watch. Next, they don't. And Jerome Case with the 5. All right, we're gonna move on, man. Man, 5 for 5 is buried. So we're gonna go right. These should have been regular topics. We got so many topics. Let's go ahead.
This is what happens when we stay off for a while, real. We come back on fire, boy.
Let's go right here, man. This was a hot topic, like right around the time we got off. Shannon Sharpe fired from ESPN. Some might be able to call the comedian Monique a prophetess.
Oh, Lord.
And she said on Club Shay Shay, some young gals were going to mess Shay Shay. He needed to get him an older female. She used another term. And we see that Shannon, who was on top, literally on top of the world, had everything going for him. Club Shay Shay, ESPN contract, got nightcap. You know, he has his liquor that he's selling, and half of that has been taken away because of poor choice. So, Coach, I'll start with you on this one. What are your thoughts about Shannon getting fired from ESPN?
Shannon basically was trying to prove something to people, in my opinion. You know, at one point, I know the little rumors about him being, if I can say the word gay, came out. And I don't know if he's just trying to prove something to people and try to show them that he's not something, try to prove he's some kind of macho man or some kind of this and that. And there is no way that I would let something like that happen. I don't care what woman it is. Any woman is not going to do anything like that. And it goes back to two things. It goes back to that movie, I Think I Love My Wife, when the guy told Chris Rock, you can't lose money, women chasing money, but you can lose money chasing women. And that's Shannon's downfall right there. It's destroyed him, and he worried about what people think. But Shannon, I wish you could watch the show. I know you ain't watching, but I'll tell you this. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to, son. And that's what you didn't pick out. So all this is on you to lose money, this amount of money, by letting a woman get you in this situation. All this money you lost, all this publicity you lost, all the career advancements you lost because of just one night with a woman. Well, I don't know if it's more than one night or not, but that's what the ridiculous part is.
Red, jump in there, man.
Yeah, man. I can't believe, man. Me and Coach on the same take with this. Yeah, Shannon, you messed up big time. Like Coach said, that's what happened. And I posted it. That's what happened when you got a guy Shannon's age, man in his 50s, out here trying to impress young folks. You out here trying to impress all these people. You let the little sex tape or sex clip surface, and you got away with that. But that wasn't enough. And you out here bragging on your show about getting with this little young OnlyFans girl. Dude, what kind of grown man, almost 60 years old, is out here bragging on some 19-year-old, 20-year-old chick that he meet off a website? Shannon, you can't be this lame and this desperate and this foolish, man. But obviously you were. Like Coach said, you can't lose money. You can't lose women chasing money, but you can dang sure lose money chasing the wrong women. And that you did, man. You don't lost your ESPN deal. I'm surprised YouTube ain't canceled your butt, but you still got your little night club Shay Shay on. But dude, people's opinion of you, that's what really hurts your reputation, Shannon. That was really damaged through all this, man. A lot of people can't even listen to you or look at you the same ever again. I know I can't. It's like now I don't look at Club Shay Shay no more. I don't listen to Nightcap. It ain't, dude. You a joke to me now. You a joke. You became a joke when you let all this happen and you let some young girl basically retire. You had to pay her $20-some million and she basically, I think it was more than that, but she basically retired from OnlyFans off of your account because you doing some dumb stuff. You being cheap with your daughter, talking about I ain't gonna pay you for your wedding. I mean, you only gonna have this amount for your wedding, but dude, you end up coming out the pocket for some little freak that you messing with on OnlyFans. That's what I'm saying. You want to be cheap with your family, but now you had to come out the pocket big time for some little lame slut that you messing with on excuse the language, but some little internet prostitute or whatever they call it, you messing with on Only. I'm not on OnlyFans.com. I feel like I should be able to get a woman without going on OnlyFans.com. Obviously, you can't. Millions of dollars out here, big time personality, and you out here on OnlyFans.com, and you don't let it ruin your career, ruin your reputation. Like Coach said, you out here trying to impress people with this BS, dude. You just a joke right now, Shannon. And so I'm glad you're not on TV no more. I'm not listening to any more of your interviews unless you have somebody on there I really want to listen to, like maybe a Denzel or a Leo DiCaprio. But done with your interviews, done with Nightcap. Glad I ain't got to listen to you on First Take Mo because now you a joke now. You part of your aura, Shannon, was that you get to talk about folks for being silly and stupid. And now that you're the silliest and the stupidest of all, that killed your reputation. How you gonna sit there and talk about somebody now? You can't. So that means your career as a sports analyst, as some wannabe talk show host, to me, it's over with. It ain't nothing you saying I want to hear now, dude, after you don't made this boo-boo. I'm glad you was able to introduce your brother in the Hall of Fame, but even your situation kind of diluted that a little bit. But like Coach and everybody said, man, you just made your poor choices really just killed your reputation and killed your career, your broadcasting career.
Well, Reverend Night Nation, they have chimed in big time. VP said Uncle Shay Shay would have heeded Big Mo's words of wisdom, bro. Took a bigly hit on his bank account, all because he wanted to get his Diddy on.
Diddy.
That's good. That young girl, her family played that old country bama like a fiddle. The devil came down to Georgia and cleaned house. Bruh, you're 57 years old, fooling around with a youngster, that you made an instant millionaire.
Yes.
Winston says, Shannon out here trying to be Don Julio when he should have stayed home being shaved by La Portier. Some Rose Sparks. Better keep that thing in his pants. I hear you. VP Uncle Shay Shay just shifted generational wealth over to this young girl. She's a young 20-something-year-old that makes more money than Bronny. All she had to do was, let's see, Jerome Case. Real talk, Shannon Sharpe is the perfect example of a man who fell because of his lack of control, his lust, and a deficient deficiency of discernment. This is the third major firing from a sports network. Reverend Doctor, he needs your pastoral services. The VP, Amber Rose would have never. Girl got played by that young lady's team. They saw that sucker coming.
Yeah, they did.
Let's see what else we got here. I will continue to watch Club Shay Shay because the interviews are fire. But like Big Daddy Kane said, put a quarter in your ass square because you played yourself. VP said, Unc out here embarrassing the community. Meanwhile, the next Snow Bunny is lining up to take what's left. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Nightcap was adding like 10,000 subscribers a week for the longest Scandal hit, and they stood at 1.7 mil for months. They just recently got to 1.8 mil. Reputation can help or hinder progress majorly. VP said, in the words of Unc, kill a gnat with a sledgehammer. Got any scotch tape? I'm ripped. Gotta fix me. People don't need you, but they'll sure as HE double hockey sticks use you. These are some of Shannon's words. Winston said, Ocho need to pay Shannon that $5,900. His pockets on Slim Fast, right? Slim Fast.
Hey, Real. Oh.
That OnlyFans girl found religion and gave her life to Christ. Props to her, but Shannon literally changes her life.
What? Oh my! Are you serious? Now see, I believe that too. Now she better become you thanks to Shannon.
My. Coach Cohen said everyone got jokes, but no one talking about how easy it is to destroy men, and everyone blaming him. Shaking my head. You can't rock with people who don't have as much to lose as you do. That's facts. I carry that in my dating life for sure. More Shannon's word, a mistake made more than once is a decision. Caught a fish so big, I left a hole in the water. Winston says it's a lock in coming season at rookie symposiums. They're going to speak about Shannon's situation as what not to do, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He better be an example now. He'll turn into an example now of what not to do.
Real, what was the first thing she said after all this came up and the decision was made in the court? What's the first thing she said?
I don't know. What did she say? I'm
no longer working for OnlyFans. And that was it. That was the only statement she made. And she left. That was it.
Yeah, you got millions in your account. You don't need them. But Shannon Sharpe done made this girl wealthy. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I mean, he just made it just.
I'm his daughter. I'd be going off talking about being cheap for my wedding, and now you got to pay this girl. Oh.
I'm going to say this. Shannon has given us a clear example that money does not equate self-esteem.
Nope.
There you go.
For you can have all the money in the world and still be unsure about yourself. And Shannon let public opinions cause his downfall. Because ever since some people classified him as gay, especially when they saw him in that green outfit with that purse, that's when he started trying to accelerate his manhood in the public eye. Roll Sparks commercials came real big.
Yep.
You know, that was a intentional leak. The sex tape was an intentional leak. That was not a mistake. It was intentional to let everybody know I'm that dude. And when you do stuff like that, folk who really pay attention to this stuff still understand you're trying to prove to yourself you're not what people are saying. more than proving it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Great
still don't
player.
win. He still didn't win because he didn't prove anything and he lost a lot of things. All
Right.
because of, at the end of the day, having low self-esteem and not dealing with his own demons. And when you don't deal with your demons will have you do some stupid, stupid things. And it will
Yep.
cost you some money.
Yep. I mean, point blank. I mean, game, set, match. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you put-
and,
Yeah.
and Rev, to your point, I'm gonna tell you, this is what made me think something weird about Shannon from the beginning. Back when him and Skip, bro, Coach, I think I mentioned this to you. Back when him and Skip broke up, remember Shannon for weeks and months just kept talking about it. And Skip had let it go. Everybody else had moved on. Shannon kept. Every time somebody put a microphone in his face. Well, you know what? Did what happened with me and Skip. Did what I just said, Shannon, why are you still talking about the dude? It's over with. Skip ain't even thinking about this no more. Move on. And I guess that was part of his insecurities or self-esteem right there. I guess he wanted folks to, I don't know if he was trying to get folks on his side to believe he was a victim or whatnot, or looking for sympathy. And I don't know if that was part of this too, but I was noticing some things with that. It's like, man, he just couldn't let the Skip thing go. You know, kept pouncing on that every chance he got, as if he was super hurt from it. Then, like you say, to the green outfit, I'm here, not gonna let anybody, not taking to making any excuses. Go take no chairs and whatnot. And like you say, all that stuff just came to him.
I think Shannon was going on and on about it, the Skip situation, because genuinely he was afraid that he didn't know what was next in terms of his career. Because FS1 at that time was a huge platform for him. I mean, it could be argued without his presence on Undisputed, his presence on Club Shay Shay is not as big. Because Undisputed made him the character that that many of us grew to love. He was able to show his personality. So I think that was like a shock to the system. Like, what's next? And then, you know, to Stephen A's credit, he opened the door for him to come to ESPN. So, you know, that storm got put to the side. But it's sad, man, because Shannon was my dude. But like Red said earlier, I don't look at him the same. I'm not going to hold his indiscretions upon him because we all got indiscretions. The reality is when you're trying to prove yourself in ways that are detrimental, that's where I lost respect, because I'm a guy, I like to say I got, you know, a pretty high level of self-esteem. So that matters to me. Like, I don't really get caught up in what people think about me, because at the end of the day, you're never going to impress everybody. Somebody's going to not like you. Somebody's going to have some perception about you, good, bad, or indifferent. And let me get spiritual. I learned that from Jesus. If anybody would have been well liked and loved, it should have been Jesus. But he had more haters than people who patted him on the back.
Or haters.
Yeah.
That's for you, bro.
But Ray, expound on that soon. But one thing is forgotten out of all this. You talked about, and I don't know if he did or not, I may be wrong, but you talked about the bond you had with your brother. Why didn't you talk to your brother about all this?
I think Shannon had gotten to a point, even with Sterling, that Shannon was just in his own zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the impression that Sterling might drop a nugget and just let Shannon crash and burn on his own. And to some degree, just hearing the nature of their relationship, Sterling has always been there to pick up the pieces. So he lets Shannon do stupid stuff. And then he'll be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Because there was even a story as they were preparing, as Sterling was preparing to go to the Hall of Fame, where when Shannon was at Savannah State, Sterling let him borrow one of his expensive cars. Shannon wrecked it and basically suffered no consequences for it. And Sterling was right there getting him something else that he wanted. And, I think to a degree, Sterling might have enabled some of Shannon's behavior.
Yeah. Big brothers, man.
We're going to get these last comments, then we're going to wrap this up because we're approaching 1:30. Jerome said,
I got to admit.
Where did Jerome, where's that comment? Rev, stay away from ChristianMingle.com. Ironically enough, I used to be on it back in the day.
Well, y'all are crazy, man.
Beefy said made her account 8 figures long in an instant. Jerome said Shannon is the example about a fool and his money a fool, and his money is soon parted. Yep. VP said Uncle Shay was smelling himself. He got embroiled into the dangerous world of social media, leaked sex tape, the off fiasco, bro. You took that bait. Live your life privately and stay out of the media's eye. Yep.
Thank you.
Good points. Man.
One thing I give Stephen A credit for, Stephen A putting his relationships out there and stuff.
Well, like Stephen A has always said, he's a capitalist and he's been around long enough to know that certain things that's going to ruin your money. And he's right. He's about his money, and that's to his credit. He's not going to do stupid.
Right. I give him credit for that. That man ain't going to let you or nobody, even Shannon. Shannon, you bad for first take, buddy. You up out of here. Got to go. Bye.
Red, when you on ChristianMingle.com, I just have to ask you, was your tag name "Come Get Some"?
And for those who don't know what Coach just said, "Come Get Some." Psalms is a book of a Bible.
Right. Yeah. Even I can't believe I got that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I do know my Bible books, real. It was one thing. It was my favorite thing to learn in church, my Bible books.
Nah, I don't play around like that, man. Nah, none of that. Winston said he was basically caught in a Donald Sterling situation where he was saying wild stuff, being comfortable with his mistress, and she recorded it. He was thinking with the wrong head, and it cooked him. Yep. Red Rose Shannon was playing the click game at that point. Jerome K said Red Shannon needs to be gracious that Skip and FS1 didn't go in on him and tell all that wasn't told.
I know he is. Yeah.
The coach's corner, I agree with some of the points Rev just made, but crazy all this blame is on him as if he was the one who did wrong. He did do wrong. First of all, here's where I'm not going to give him a break. I have a 28-year-old daughter. I'll be 48.
Wow. I didn't know Michelle that already.
She's 28. Any girl that's near my daughter's age is off limits. Shannon Sharpe has children younger than the girl he was fooling with. Yeah, I know of one of his sons. His son is the stepson of one of my colleagues. He's clearly in his mid to late 20s. We have nothing in common with 20-year-olds. So everything is on Shannon. He's the adult in the room. He's about to be 60. He has no business fooling around with somebody almost more than half his age, well, twice his age.
So she's 19, 20.
That's his fault. That's his fault. I'm not gonna give Shannon no pass for that. Let's put it where it is. He's a 60-year-old man trying to showcase for people so that people in the media can applaud him and thinking he's the man.
Right.
And it backfired. No.
Real. Let me tell you, he was on this show on YouTube, showing the girl around to everybody. Ooh, y'all, look at her. Woo, 60-year-old man out here acting like a high school teenager.
No.
Yeah, well, y'all saying all that. I just thought about it. I'm gonna go on Christian Mingle. I know my tag name gonna be Daily Breadwinner.
Oh God, here we go. Coach,
I'm sorry.
I thought it was gonna be something like the steel curtain or something.
I'm not even gonna post any more comments. Coach Corner, you're on the wrong side of this argument, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to. And last thing I'm gonna say about this, I gotta go because I gotta get up the road. Coach's Corner, put yourself in be the father
there we go.
of the girl that Shannon was messing with. Take the money out of it. Are you good with somebody almost 3 times your child's age messing with your daughter?
Ooh.
And that's why it's sensitive. That's why it's sensitive for me. Because for many folk, if that was a black girl, Shannon might have had a bullet in his head, fooling around with somebody's child, literally. Like, I don't care how much money Shannon got. He would still be off limits to my 28-year-old. So, I mean, excuse me, I'm the only daddy on this panel, so that's why I had to take it a different place. And that's why it bothers me. Because
I feel the same way about my niece.
yeah, I mean, no, man, no. He deserves all the blame. Capital levels. Because he should have never put him in this situation. And as someone said, if you're a public figure, and to a degree, I'm a minor public figure where I am. I've been a minor public figure in ministry. I never mess with any woman who doesn't have as much to lose as I have. I don't mess with anybody who can potentially blow up my spot. That is a rule of thumb. Period. I look at it, if this chick ain't got nothing to lose, she ain't for me. Because I ain't about to mess with nobody who got nothing to lose. We get into a situation and they want to go into my church and blow my spot up. No. I need somebody. If I do this, there are going to be some consequences to pay. Come on, man. Lord, last comment. So men can go and die for their country the moment they turn 18, but women not. Come on, man.
Oh, you're not getting it. You're not getting it at all. Oh my God. Wait a minute.
That's the Texas fan, ain't it?
Go to this. Let me go to this. Coach's Corner. If you were 60, would you mess with a 20-year-old? Answer that question. We start right there. If you were 60,
say yes.
Like that.
The way he going for Shannon, he probably say.
I want to see him say it.
I don't think you would, Coach. Thank you.
I hope he would. I hope he would, man. I mean,
yeah, I hope you would, Coach.
I hope he would. Yeah. I mean, Coach Corner, man, just let it go. Matter of fact, we'll end it for you. Because this ain't going good for you, man. This one ain't going good. Because people are like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I wish Shannon would not have minded the comment.
Oh my God. You
put something else in there?
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, that's not surprising. That's not surprising. All right, with that being said, man, we kill 5 for 5. Real quick, who has the right to do what when we're in house so we can get out of here?
Oh man, where do we go after all that? All right.
Vincent started off. You had the right. He says, Coach Cody, you have the right to get right with your logic. Facts.
All right. I guess I'll start off, man. It's been a wild show. All right, love you, Coach Corner. Appreciate your comments, but yeah, man, you might be on the wrong side. I know if you 60-year-old, you ain't messing no 28-year-old. You see, Coach got a son. He don't have a daughter, real. That's probably maybe Coach. Maybe you need a daughter like real. But maybe
If he
your
had a
opinion.
daughter, trust me, it'd be a different situation.
But anyway, we'll more to come, everybody. Falcons, you have a right to save Raheem from the Falcon fan base by starting off this season 1-0. That's about all you can do because they ready to kill this man right now for his preseason season. So Falcons, you have the right to be ready for week 1 and get us a win. Maybe I should have said that.
Coach.
LSU, I mean not LSU Tigers, Clemson Tigers. Dabo Swinney, as I call him. I'm not a fan of yours, but you have the right to score 75 points next weekend. That's all I'm going to say about that. And you know why? You have a right to score 75 points next weekend.
I had it. Oh, WNBA players using the lyrics of an old rap song. You have the right to check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right.
Y'all about to wreck yourself, so please check yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back full effect on Saturdays. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Red and Red Sports Show. We appreciate you all hanging out with us for 2.5 hours. Seems like y'all missed us a little bit. We greatly appreciate it. Nevertheless, Winston said Falcons have the right, solidify that right tackle spot.
Right. Good with.
All right, everybody. Shador, you have the right to toss 3 TDs and no INTs in today's game. Great show, fellas, per usual. Appreciate you, man. BP, great show, guys. Have a great weekend, Reverend Night Nation. We out. Appreciate you. And Coach Core said that's me, though. I'm about accountability. All right. Nevertheless, same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same time next Saturday, 11 o'clock. Peace and love, everybody. We appreciate y'all. If you enjoyed the show, share it with somebody. Also, let somebody know about the show that become part of Reverend Night Nation. We're out of here. Peace and love.
Later.
Hello.